Unboxing time. G'day legends and welcome back to the delivery, unboxing and test run and talking legends, top tier legends. BONZA has sent me 3 cars to review for you today. 2 of them will go around our test track, the Scaleauto test track. What did they receive though? Well, we've got 2 Legend Series by Pioneer, JPS livery and the Marlboro livery. We'll take a close look at both cars, but the Marlboro livery will be going around the track. There's no point running both of them because essentially they are the same unless we start changing gearing on them, but we'll talk about that in a tick. And also the Scaleauto Mitsubishi Evo Tommy Mäkinen. What can I say? I banged on about this car. I drove this at the UK Slot Fest 2023 in raw form, loved it. So this is my first official version of the Scaleauto Mitsubishi Evo. Now talking about Scaleauto, we will be building a Scaleauto track. So today it will go for a bit of a scoot around the Scaleautric test track, but it will be on its own branded track very soon. So stay tuned for that. So let's take a close look at all 3 cars. I'm not going to go into specs. I find with the unboxings, people don't really care too much about the specs. They just want to see how pretty it is and to see if I don't crash it. So hopefully I don't crash them because they are very pretty. Let's go. So before these cars hit the track, let's take a close look at them. But I do want to point out, especially for the Pioneer series, their box art. Now I'll be really quick on this. If you are new to Pioneer, these are 1/30 in scale and the box art is, I think, the best in the business. So we've got a nice 1940s sort of cartoon drawing of the Marlboro car on the back, a little bit of a story with the cowboy. Again, another 1940s style print. This is the plastic sleeve, or sorry, plastic cardboard sleeve that goes over the plastic box. And let's have a quick look at the JPS one as well, because that is extra special. Gold inside, JPS on the back, big Pioneer on the bottom. I like all the gold writing again. It makes it feel premium. We've got the same kind of visual of the JPS car. You'll notice there's a theme with these sleeves, and then around to the back, again, old mate, not this time in a cowboy hat, 1940s, and there is a stunning bit of art of the car itself. So I did want to point out those before we take a closer look at the liveries. I won't go into too much spec. If you are buying Pioneer cars, you do get a little baggie underneath with some braid and some more pinions. So if you want to play around with gearing, but let's have a quick look at this. Look at that, Goodyear tires. These are next level. I love them. 1/30 scale, they still feel like a 1/32. Yes, it's an odd scale because they're short and fat. Really, really cool. If you zoom in, and I hope the camera picks up, which it probably won't, no it won't, but underneath this hood is a scale model of the motor itself. So of course it is a electric motor, but they've got the model motor sitting in there as well, which is really cool. Through the grille, lovely looking car. Both JPS and the Marlboro livery look the same. It's just livery change. That's all that really changes on this. Underneath, we do have a DPR window. We are running Scaleautric today, so in the future, I will show you how to install a DPR ready chip. Yes, these run digital on your Scaleautric track. So that is the Marlboro livery. Really cool. Can't wait to see that on the track. But take a look at this. Seriously, look at that. Now we've got the gold rims. Nice little red pinstriping. I hope the camera can pick up the pinstriping. Nice little pinstriping inside near the rim. JPS 7, what can I say? Next level. These are next level again. It's the same mold. It's got the motor inside. That's incredible. I can't believe that's even added onto it. I do like that. Nice little red highlight down the bottom, but what a livery. Very, very shiny. This won't go around the track because there's no need to sort of put both cars side by side. They are the same car unless I start changing gearing, but I just wanted to show off how stunning that is. So, and if you do want one of these, I'm telling you now, BONZA Slot by far is one of the biggest Pioneer dealers in Australia. Now let's have a quick look at the Scaleauto. Very excited to have this in my collection. I'll move that out of the way. So when I was in the UK, at the UK Fest, I was lucky enough to drive the Sidewinder and the angle widener. So I do have the angle wider configuration. I can't remember which one I preferred, but they do handle differently. But again, Scaleauto knocking out of the park. I love the finish. Today's slot cars are pretty much model cars. Around to the front, nice looking Evo, very aggressive. We've got driver and co-pilot, of course, being a rally car. I love it. Well done to Scaleauto on this one. And around to the back, and that looks absolutely incredible. Roll cage inside. So there you go. There is the 3 cars. Let's see if we can line them up in shot. You can see the difference with the 1/30 scale versus the 1/32. They are short and chunky. But it's time we put all two cars around the track. So first up for our little test drive is the Pioneer Legend Series in the Marlboro livery. A couple of things to take note here. I am using the Scaleauto Arc Pro setup, so digital and analog. I will do an install chip on this in the future, using wireless controllers, and there is some dead spots on the track. Now, it's not down to poor quality, it's down to some old track that I'm using. So in the future, some of the spots where you hear power drop out will be changed with some brand new track. But nonetheless, we can still have some fun, and you might hear that the Pioneer Legend Series is a little bit noisy. The meshing out of the box isn't the greatest. You can play with it or chuck some grease or something on there, but let's go. Let's get some nice little hot laps in. Nice and simple around here. You can see there's a couple of power dropouts here and there, but we saved it. It handles those corners quite nicely. It's actually not a bad little car, this. And these are a lot of fun. Two more laps. And you can see there is a couple of power dropouts because of that bit of track isn't the greatest. Now these are really easy to handle. You don't want to go too hard into the corner because it will kick out, but the grip on these are pretty good out of the box. And then she's back in again. And one more lap, see if we can go. And there we go, that is the Pioneer Legend Series Marlboro livery. Now let's give the Scaleauto a bit of a whirl. So next up we have the Scaleauto Mitsubishi Evo. This is a four-wheel drive car, so belt driven, powered from the rear with a belt running to the front. Now I do have issues running it on the Scale electric track. Unfortunately it does trip the power. I'm not sure if it's because we've got some dead spots around the track, but it does trip the power if I go too hard. But let's see if we can get some hot laps and show you how well this car performs, because these are an absolute hoot. So I'll show you how the power trips. No, it didn't. So we're good to go, we're good to go. So it might just be me, but let's go. Let's see if we can get this without tripping the power. So there you go, it's tripped the power. So something about this car it's not liking. Could be the motor, it's an 18K motor running at 0.22 amp. So that could be what's tripping it, but it's not liking it once I go past the digital sensor. So let's see if we can get a couple of hot laps in without it wanting to trip the power, but it is a quick car. So if we keep the speed down, it's not too bad. If we're not drawing too much power, but as you can see, it sticks to the road. And there you go. Put too much berries through it, it wants to cut out. So let's go for a couple more hot laps. And again, that could be my power base, that could be the power drop out through the track, but I don't like to edit these videos. If I'm having issues with the car or with a bit of kit, I like to show you. So it is a very fast car. You will see on the Scaleauto track, and I will have a Carrera track set up as well, and you'll see how well they perform. So there we go. That is the Scaleauto. Unfortunately, I'm having issues with the track, and as you can see, it wants to give it power. But there you go, we've tripped it again. And these Arc Pro bases can run two 15-volt powers. I'm only running a single one, so probably should be running two so it doesn't trip. But that could be my fault. Well, let's put one more hot lap. And we're on the second lane. So that's a wrap on today's delivery unboxing with a test drive. Moving forward, all my delivery unboxings, I will try and get the cars on track. Well, almost all of them. You know, I didn't drive the JPS Special. This will go around the track. None of my cars are shelf queens, but there was no reason for me to take a risk with this one today to show you the difference between the Marlboro and the JPS, because let's face it, they are both the same car. The Legend Series, I highly recommend them. They're one of my favorite cars to pick up and put on track. Now, I was using this on a Carrera track when I used to be in the slot shed, and now it's on a Scaleauto track. Both just as good. It was a lot of fun. The Scaleauto, we did have issues with the power delivery from this. So whether the track couldn't handle the car itself, the power it was putting down, which I find surprising. It could be some of the bits of track that I have that are laid down on the track, which are really old. That's my fault. I'm waiting on some track to replace that. But really cool car. Highly recommend Scaleauto. You will see this perform on a Scaleauto track and a Carrera track very soon. Don't let that dishearten you. It could be my fault that the track itself was set up by me. I will do a full review on the Arc Pro. It's an awesome setup. Digital and analog, a flick of a switch. The app is really good, so stay tuned for that. The track is a work in progress. I did tell you that I do have to replace some of the track pieces. That was my choice to make it bigger, so I've used some of my own track, but I have ordered some new stuff to make sure all the power we get all the power. And I should really be running 2 power supplies. You only get one with the Arc Pro, but I will get a second one, so we've got the 2 15 volts running into it, which then I have no problem at all. But I want to say a massive thank you to BONZA Slot, absolute legend. He's an Australian seller, he's a Melbourne boy. Check out his website. He supports the channel, so please support him where you can. And these 3 were sent by him. So that's a wrap. Be safe, take care, support your local, support BONZA. Bye!